Hello and welcome back to Weston Super Mare. Hi Josh, hi Sam, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I just submitted my tax form and I'm on the high that only that can bring. So let's take a look at what's going on. So, where were we last time? We were here, were we not? Yes, the 2-0 win over Aston Villa and the 3-0 win over Sheffield Wednesday. Now, the next game was a league game against Manchester United, which we didn't play on the camera because we played them so much on camera that I thought it would be boring, and also we tend to lose. Actually, well, on camera we tend to win and we tend to lose off camera. This time we drew 3-3. I think, well, I might be wrong. Well, we took the lead. Then they massively took the lead with a first half hat-trick for Ayman Saeed. Billy Watts got one back, and then Luciano Dagna scored right at the end, near the end, setting up a tense finish. We nearly scored right at the end, but we didn't. So a 3-3 draw at Old Trafford, can't complain. Then the next round of the FA Cup was against Port Vale, so I decided I wouldn't bother recording that one. We beat them, no, that's the wrong button. We beat them 9-0. Standard result, really. Willington Torres got his first 5 goals for the club. And then the other guys also weighed in. They did get a shot on target, so well done to Port Vale. But yeah, we did kind of thump them. Then we beat Stoke 2-0. Engblom and Abdallah scored. We then beat QPR with another goal from Engblom, 3 in a row. Then we beat Liverpool 3-1. I think we went 1-0 down in that game. We did not. Mounier scored 2 and Luciano Dagna scored. So that was nice. We dominated them again. So this is good. We're showing our credentials here. And then we played our first round of the Champions League against Shakhtar Donetsk. Billy Watts scored an unlikely hat-trick. With his 3, he even took the penalty ahead of Pedersen, who's the scheduled penalty taker. So that set us up nicely. That was a 4-1 away win. It seems unlikely that we're going to give that up. We then had the shock of the season, really. We beat Manchester City 6-0 in the FA Cup. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I was watching it, because we scored 2 early on, so okay, maybe that kind of shook them. And then Cotney got a 3rd, and then Cunningham got a 4th. We were 4-0 up at half time. I don't really know. I mean, they must have played a weakened team. I didn't really notice particularly. It didn't seem to me like they didn't really. I mean, okay, obviously this Pavlic kid so they played some Serbian who's now on loan at Barnsley, so that probably didn't help them. But the rest of the team are basically first teamers, and I think Taiwo is also not their usual goal. Is he their usual goalkeeper? No. So they didn't play the best goalkeeper and they didn't play the best centre-back, but pretty much everyone else is first team players. Anyway, we smashed them 6-0. We then drew, of course we did. We then drew 1-1 with Norwich. Jacob Mellis scoring the only goal for us. He's obviously a Norwich player. We then humped West Ham 4-1. Daniel Cunningham, Bayonne, and an own goal from Barry Fidan. And then another excellent result. We won 1-0 away at Arsenal. Georgie Cunningham scoring. Excellent work. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that in the FA Cup we are now in the 6th round and we have Championship strugglers, Bristol City. Are they not doing great? Yeah, I mean, they're not doing as well as you would think they would be doing, considering they're in the Premier League not too long ago. So we've got them in the 6th round of the Cup. And we've also now... we've obviously still got to play the Shakhtar game, so we'll see after that who we get drawn against in the Champions League. But it leaves us like this in the league. So Leicester, by the way, won the they won the League Cup final against Man City. Man City have had a bloody terrible series of results. Recently. Although they did then return to smash Leicester in the in the Premier League. But yeah, Man City were beaten 3-1 by Leicester City in the League Cup final, so well done Paul Lambert and his boys for that. So that means they've qualified for the European Cup or the Europa League. We now sit only 7 points off the top. Tottenham have lost a couple of games recently. They were on only 1 loss when we last recorded. Now they've lost 2 more since then. And I think one of those was like a 1-0 loss to Stoke or something like that. So who knows what's going on there. The bottom of the table, by the way, is looking pretty tasty for a decent little run-in. Liverpool starting to establish themselves again as a Premier League team, 33 points rather than down here struggling against the drop. But yeah, so we are a little ways away. We still have to play, I think, most of these teams once. But it does mean that we're closing in on the top 4 again. We're at least level on points with Arsenal after our win against them. So, potentially another qualification for the Champions League is on. I've been doing some scouting. Now, Sam, in his last video, most recently uploaded as of time of recording this, which I think is like the 5th episode of his series, was showing how he does his scouting. Now, it does not work quite the same way in this game. So, if you go to... bugger it, how do you find it? You can find the... Here you go, view all transfers, right? So we can look at the transfers for Germany and we can look at the youth intake. But if we scroll up to Georgia, it doesn't do that, so I have to do that. And every time and so if we just go back to Germany to show something off, if I click on Nico Quachala and then I go back, it also changes it back to all transfers. So I have to keep doing that. So it takes a lot longer for me to do it than it does for Sam. The page works generally, but this particular little feature in quotation marks does slow things up a little bit. So here we go. We're going to move on to the next round of the Champions League. I think I'm pretty much ready to just press play. So let's do it. And then we'll play Villa afterwards because we can't get enough of playing Aston Villa. Now then, I'm going to play a slightly weaker team than I would usually because we don't need to go all out in this game. We're pretty much... Okay, so Spencer can come back in and have a little bit of a warm-up again because he's not played for a little while, and we're actually going to change our back two completely. And I want... I would have liked Wellington Torres, but none of them are able to be played in this game. So I want to play Zitouni. No, I don't. I do. I'm going to change off him, and I'm going to put Zitouni on the top. And I'm going to play Abdallah because Danya is tired, and he is my main boy. Right. Cunningham is up there in the top scorer list for the Champions League, which is nice. Let's see what we can do. First league is nice, but it doesn't mean anything. We're at home as well, so we should be looking to win this. You'll notice Mr. Kovic has fairly poor morale. That's because he wants to leave, despite getting fairly regular substitute appearances and being on a 1-year deal because he's old, and he asked for a 1-year deal because he's old. So quite what he was expecting, and he's like a rotation option. So I really don't understand where his issue lies with me, but no doubt once we finish the season he will then be happy to sign a new contract, and I might do that just to sort of have an extra bit of backup, because I realised that a couple of times over the last few seasons I have released players or sold players when I could have used them still as backup for an extra year. I'm thinking particularly of Big Hervé. But also I didn't really necessarily need to sell. There was another centre-back, I think I sold Cunningham. No, what was his name? Crawford. There was no real need to sell him, so we can... And obviously Håkansson at the top. So I'll try and keep hold of him. If he's a good option, we don't need to necessarily go selling him and then splashing the cash on someone new. Anyway, let's see how we're doing in this game. 22 minutes in, 0-0. Oh, Cunningham rides a challenge, puts it in the middle, surely. Of course he goes to shoot. Those goal bonuses coming back to haunt me. Shakhtar's team, I would have thought would be slightly better than they are. Usually they're pretty good on Football Manager, but this particular vintage is not great. They've got a very old striker who's their main man, and he's poor anyway, so not really something I'm particularly... I'd be interested in maybe poaching, not interested in them. The point of me bringing up the German... The transfer thing was that I was doing some youth scouting of Germany. I found a bunch of really good young German players. Stuttgart in particular have like a golden generation coming through. And all of them would have signed for me for 80k. Great goal from Zitouni there. Well done him. So they would... I could sign them all for 80k, but they're all 16 and they want £20,000 a week to play. And they want to be rotation options at the age of 17, and I think that's a little bit presumptuous. So I'm trying what I can, where I can, to keep them to reasonable contracts, or I'm just turning them down. I'm not going to waste the club's money on players that they just won't play in that position. They'll get upset, and then we'll have to sell them, and they won't do anything for us. So yeah, and also, if we're going, it's a great save, great save. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. Yeah, we are. 36 minutes in, they haven't had a chance. Carlos has headed the ball over a couple of times. Yeah, not bad. It's another beautiful day here in Poland. You can hear the birds. Oh, Carlos! What you doing, fella? Come on then, Bele. What are you doing? No? Okay. Okay, his name is Allah. Yep. Mounier. Colane. Good name. Kshihanivsky. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't score. Thank you. Okay. Vitsenets. Mm-hmm. Cool. Zitouni. Nice. Jesus Matter. Oh, Jesus Matter. What's the matter with you? Anyway, yeah. Life. Had a very frustrating morning running around to tax offices today. I've been trying to do it online. So you're supposed to just submit this form online. Wouldn't work for me. I went to my HR office. They couldn't work. They said, okay, matter's been sent off. Jesus, matter. Yeah, I was told that I had to go to this tax office and stuff. So I was eventually told I had to. So after months of this, I was told I had to submit it by hand. Then I was told I had to submit it by hand to this tax office, which is on the other side of the city, almost as far as you can really go and still be in the city. So I took an Uber over there this morning. Took about 45 minutes to get there. Get in the office. Nobody there. I was like, oh, this is the best thing. I walk in with happy as Larry, thinking this is going to be great. Easy. And the lady says, yeah, no, wrong office. You live over there, so that means you have to go over there and submit it there. And so I had to bring an Uber, and also that one is within walking distance, the one that's close here. So I then took an Uber all the way back across the city, and then Billy Watts, and then went in there and submitted it in 3 minutes. It's ridiculous. So my HR department, having been continually unhelpful and useless all throughout the process, then compounded that by right at the end telling me to submit my documents to the wrong place. I mean, absolutely useless. They are the ones that set the tax office, and they know where I'm registered as a tax office because they have to pay it to that. So then they send me to the wrong one. Absolute nutters. So yeah, that was fun. But then I walked home and I got on Magnum because I'm a clever man. I'm a man who lives life by his own ideals. Yeah. And Masha told me off, of course, because it's my fault that I went to the tax office that the HR team told me to go to. Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, good times. Let's do that. We're having a decent game. Billy Watts, by the way, he did exactly as I said he was going to do. He didn't score for ages, then went on a bit of a tear and scored about 4 or 5 goals in 3 games, and then hasn't scored since. As per for Billy Watts, really. So I don't really know. They're literally, are they playing 4-2-3 because they've had a man sent off and we're still unable to work through them, or they're playing 4-3-1? Oh, come on, Watts. Oh, my God, we've hit the post again. I mean, it's frankly ridiculous the amount that we hit the post. How do we see Shakhtar formation? Yeah, they're playing 4-4-1. Okay. Doesn't look like that. This player is very badly out of position most of the time. Mr. Kovic, Abdullah, Cunningham. Cunningham has been great these last couple of seasons. Sam mentioned to me offline that he would like to see a kind of squad review at the end of each season, which I had actually intended to do, but surely that counts. It came off one of their players. Great finish from Billy Watts. Gonna have some Pepsi. Yeah, that's how angry that made me. Did that come off one of their players? Yeah, it did. So that's perfectly reasonable. What is it with Champions League games and referees not understanding the offside rule? References. To like 3-week-old references. What was I saying? Something about squad review. So I actually had intended to do that at the end of the video that was at the end of last season. I did like a kind of rundown of the leagues, and I actually meant to do a rundown of our squad, but I forgot because such is life. But this season I'll do a little look at the stats of our players over this season, and I'll also sort of do a little history of a couple of them. What I will think might be fun to do is go through the best ever 11s of the club, because for Josh and Sam in particular, I mean, if anyone, God forbid, is actually watching this and isn't Josh or Sam, and it didn't read the blog, you won't be able to really understand who the old legends of the club are, but they'll remember some of their names, like Lee Nasser and Bob Holmes. Was his name Bob Holmes? Yeah, he was. Bob Holmes. Lies Sardoon, and of course Captain Barbosa, Yannick Teixeira Barbosa. So I'll go through them and see where they are now. Some of them have actually had careers. Usually what happens with players that I sign in the lower leagues is they leave me, and I assume because they can't get the same highs of working under the management god that is Ben Wheatland, they retire almost immediately. But a few of them have actually gone on to have careers. Oddly, quite a few of them in the Norwegian leagues, or so it feels anyway. But I'll do that at the end of the season, and we can come to that when we get there. Hopefully with some more trophies in our cabinet. I feel like we might be on for the FA Cup again this season. After just did a tiny little inside burp there, and I'm not sure if it picked it up, but I realised that I mentioned in the last video that I recorded that I heard my tummy rumbling, and my tummy rumbling, that I heard my stomach making a noise, and you could really hear it on the recording as well, which was nice. I thought that was fun. There we go. Anyway, oh wow, Spurs absolutely thrashed Barcelona. So good for them. I bet Bobby Jack scored. Right? Bobby Jack's my player. Should have been mine. He did. He should have been mine. Who's Dedyush? Alexei Dedyush. He's Belarusian, and he's pretty good. When did he come through? Right at the beginning of the game. In Dnipro Mogiliev. See, they always end up playing for Bate. Anyway, right. So we got given 2.6 million. That's very good. Christopoulos went on loan to Crewe. He's been playing poorly because I didn't realise Crewe are in 19th. Also, Swindon are 23rd, which is classic Swindon, peak Swindon. How are we doing? How's he's back in the playoffs. Come on, Carlos. Still their manager. Come on, Carlos Tevez. Great. Okay, fine. And anything else interesting? So we're probably going to get Southampton again. I mean, it's just boring. Give us some new people. Give us Birmingham and Blackburn. Or I think all of these teams in the top half have been in the league recently. Maybe Derby haven't. Charlton haven't. Get Charlton back up there. Anyway, we ease past Shakhtar. Excellent work. Nick Fitzgerald scored. We do. It said that we concede too many fouls, and that's true. We've very recently been pretty poor at. We've been pretty poor at keeping the fouls down. Basically, it's not a good thing for us. So anyway, Gladbach's Jan-Philippe Chesney looks okay. Waldline, Schumacher. Yeah, Dean McCoubry. That's the player I want. That's the one I was talking about. Some player that plays for. So he signed for Huddersfield already. Fuck. Okay, he was playing for Swansea before. He was the one I wanted. Okay, well he's already way too expensive for us. This guy was offered to me for £21 million by Sunderland because they are ambitious. I mean, it's madness. I actually did try to sign him in the summer. Yeah, I think we can probably. So Zdravko Geng, I'm going to sign him for I think £90,000. Did that say Zdravko Geng, the Croatian 15-year-old, looking pretty nice. It doesn't say that he's going to be that good, although I think that's because it's saying he's a central midfielder. But actually, I think he's probably better as a winger. When we get him in, we'll do that. And who's this guy? Mladen Miloš, 16-year-old. Do we think he's actually going to be any good? He's going to be decent. How much am I paying for him? Because I don't know if I want him. £625,000. I don't think he's good enough. Do you think he's going to be good enough? I don't think so. That's the transfer. Okay, and they want for Fatih Demir, they want 50k. Yes, I think we can probably stretch to that, as long as he doesn't go and ask for £25,000 or something mad. Like there was a great left back from Babadze. See, look at this. What is wrong with you, Mohamed Babadze? Jesus, man. Hot prospect. He's not even interested in it. What about if I offer you £200,000 and a wage after reaching career league games of... Oh, what? Okay, if you get to 20 career league games, you can have 50. You can have £16,000. How's that? You're an Egypt. You're an absolute Egypt. That's the best you're going to get out of me, mate. But I suppose I'll give you like these completely unobtainable bonuses. You know, £64,000. Can I give him a payment if he gets to... No, let's go... If you score 20 goals, I'll give you £64,000. What is wrong with you, you madman? I'm not paying you £13,000 as a 16-year-old, you freaking idiot. What about if I went to backup and offered you £9,000 and £250,000? Okay, well, I'll finalise it. We'll exit. We'll just look at him again. How good is he? He's not even that. Is he that good? He's supposed to be better than. He's going to be as good as Nick Fitzgerald is. Apparently. I mean, I'm not convinced. What league is that? Who are they? He played 2 seasons on loan in the Serbian leagues. Okay. Standard Welsh player. Tobias Broich. He's 14. He's supposed to be as good as Carla Engblom. And how much did they want to negotiate for? 120,000. I think that's 110. So we got this offer for this Emrah Chelike. He's supposed to be as good as Wellington Torres. How much money did I offer? 78,000. See, that guy's ruined our wage budget. Bugger. Okay, I need to... Okay, I can't... Fuck, I've just wasted that whole stupid thing then because of that stupid... Whatever. Anyway, Inter about to knock out Man United, which is nice. Hopefully that doesn't turn round. Oh, actually, I don't know. If United go further in the competition, we could use that again to our advantage. But actually, no, I think it would be better to not have a Premier League team in the Champions League because the Premier League teams we struggle against, whereas they got knocked out. Whereas we seem to be able to beat the foreign teams pretty easily, or at least we maybe our style of play is better for them. Okay, Huddersfield losing again, meaning that now Man City will probably be 3 points clear. Oh, it's a shame. Leicester have been knocked out of the FA Cup by Newcastle. Liverpool went through on penalties. Forest went through on 2-1-alties. So now we've got to go all the way to the Villa game. So come on. Faffing about. And I want to see who we draw in the next round of the Cup. So, Walsline. He does look decent. What have we offered him? What's the contract we offered him? Yeah, I know, but I want to know what I offered him. Why can't I see what I offered the bugger? Or did I not offer him anything? Have I only just had the offer accepted? No, I can do that. So I'm going to get in Walls Lane. Fatih Demir. How do we say? He's going to be as good as Zitouni. So let's offer him... Oh no! Okay, where's my transfer budget? Transfer offered. What was that guy's name that I really didn't want to sign? Stuttgart, was it him? Tobias Broich? No, it was... Yeah, was it him? Oh, I should have kept him. Fuck. Oh, it's him. Wasn't it? Attributes. Yeah, him with the crazy wanting like 26,000, 9,000 pounds. No, I'm going to withdraw my cap transfer bid for him. And I'm going to go back to here and offer him. Now I could offer him what he wants, which was... There we go. No, that's better. We're getting a better player for a lot less money. Broik. Oh, hello. And he'll also come for a not so much, so let's go like that. Big goal bonus, big appearance bonus, and you can, I think you can, no. Can we just go 12,000? Yes. Okay, good. That's how I do my dealings. Backroom advice. Nieto would be better if he started taking players on. Why would he not be doing that anyway? He's a winger. Shut up, Sergio Ramos, and your movement training suggestions. Do. It's going to be a quiet day today for me, I think, because I'm working, but not too much. I'm working in the evening, going to have a friend around, we're going to watch some Champions League football, and then, yeah, hopefully then Masha will come home and we will, she's going to have her nails done today, and we're going to not be angry about the taxes. She was also upset because she has to pay 2 zloty, which is like the equivalent of being handed a tax bill of about 50p and told you have to pay it before a certain date before you get, so she will see. Not a single player stands out from our intake. I mean, what is wrong with our Reggie Boosie though? Hey, who doesn't love Reggie Boosie? Yeah, he likes me. What a legend. I know Reggie Boosie. What else have we got? Starbuck. Nice. Likes Wayne Rooney, of course, because he's one of our coaches. He's terrible. Is he terrible? What's his report say? No, not going to be any good. Squib, nice. Got some great names coming through. Goalkeeper is pretty rubbish. Whoops, no. Buckler, Tommy Dalton, Lino Fiorentini, standard English player. Rubbish as well. Dave Hume. Well, that's a shame. I like it when we get some cool players through. They've got some good names, but I've not yet in the Western game had a player come through who's actually been able to go on to play for the team. So we hope and pray that will someday come to pass, but that day does not seem to be today. I'm going to keep badgering on over the summer to the board to ask for some more money for youth players because we still keep getting terrible players. Blin is the name of a type of pancake in Russian. This freaking Pitso Mosimane has now managed all of the Premier League, I think. Let's just look at his achievements. So yeah, he's been manager of Wigan, Sheffield Wednesday, Arsenal, Wolves and Swansea. Did he win anything? He got knocked out in the third round. He got Sheffield Wednesday to the final of the Europa League, which is good, I suppose. How did they qualify there? He got the final of the FA Cup and lost as well. How did they qualify for the? Oh, is that from losing in the cup final? Yeah. Good. What did he do for Arsenal? Nothing. He got knocked out in the quarter-final of the Europa League. No. He won nothing for Wolves. He was there for a long time. Won nothing for Wolves, and in Swansea he's obviously done nothing because he only just joined. So yeah, he's had a long and storied career in the mainly lower reaches of the Premier League. Let's see if he can do something for was it Swansea that he just took over? Anyway, let's play Villa. Let's beat them. Spencer is still suspended. I'm going to bring Bayonne. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring Billy Watts off. Willington Torres is going to start. We're going to do that. We're going to go... Okay, Sabani's... Okay, we haven't got any defensive midfielders at all. How did that happen? Okay. We're going to put Abdallah there. We're going to put Dania in the middle. We're actually going to keep him... That means we're going to keep Mbele in the team. No, Montigny... What am I doing? Engblom that goes there. But Mbele is going to be on the bench so that he can come on for Abdallah. And we're going to bring Bayonne in here. but we need them in the right place. Good. Bele, Bayon, Soto, Torres. Good. That should be a good... That looks like a decent lineup. Zitouni's a little tired. Do we want to... Who are we playing there? Oh, we're playing the youth graduates. Okay. When's our next game? Not for ages. Okay, we're going to play Willington Torres then. Right, they're playing with a defensive midfielder, which is that Taras Stepanenko guy that we were talking about before, who was old and crap. Let's carry on and just beat them, I think. That's probably the best way to go. I've got faith in them, but I'm going to tell them that assertively. Right. Cunningham. Early doors. Dania. Montagnelli. Mounier. Abdallah. Cunningham. Cunningham. Good save from Vidal. Mounier. Cunningham. Mounier. Crosses. Nobody gets there. Engblom. Abdallah. Dania. Engblom. Casolo. Oh, I've left Casolo in. Bugger. I should have put Soto back in, but fine. Give Casolo a game. He doesn't play very often. Engblom. Fitzgerald. Great composure there from the lad. Just smack it out. Oh, great save from Casolo. From Stoisaljevic, I think his name would be. Willington Torres. Kotnik. See, he took a weird little touch there, which slowed him down enough for Zalka to get back. Why? Why did he do that? Zalka, Fitzgerald, Torres, Dania, Cunningham, Abdallah. No. Don't know if Abdallah playing in that defensive role is very effective, because he's just not very defensive. He's much more attacking. Dania, though, getting right in there. Put your body on the line, down. Yes, better. Torres. Kotnik. Torres. Torres. Crosses. But that was easy to score. Abdallah's actually pretty good at arriving late into the box and scoring. He's very much the Réunionnais Lampard. That's what they call him. Dania crosses beautifully. Carlos heads over because he's a mug, and if he'd left it for Engblom, he might not have been quite so muggy. Fitzgerald, Stoisaljevic, Dania. Great ball from Dania to Cunningham. Another good save from Vidal. Kotnik now for the throw. We're going to do a classic. Yes, we are. Classic Western throw. Dania. Was that a shot? Intriguing. Anyway, Hadir. Stepanenko thumps it clear because he's absolutely useless. Montagnelli, Abdallah, Dania, Cunningham. Why? We were all asking that question. We could have put Pedersen on, really, and that would have maybe helped us. Aston Villa look unable to cope with us. Is that like unable to sort of mentally cope with the shock of how poor our finishing has been, or how are we talking? What on earth are you all doing? Why does nobody shoot with the goal? Why don't you shoot with the goal, guys? That's how you get points in the game of football. Oh my god. You absolute donkeys. Come on. Casolo, Montagnelli. It's probably lucky they can't actually hear me. I mean, if I was a real football manager standing on the sideline just calling everyone donkeys, being upset by, what on earth are you doing? The one good thing about me being in real life, if I was a real life manager, we could at least have words about this finishing. Kotnik. Great ball out to Cunningham. Why are you playing so badly, Cunningham? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Right. There you go, look, you're coming off. Terrible finishing, you don't get too much. You don't get half an hour of shit finishing and then... Sorry, mate. Sorry, Cunningham. I know you've been good recently, but there you go. I'm calling you out on it. Because that was pathetic. I can't substitute you all. Is this going to be another classic, standard Weston Super Mare, disappointing post-European / other important game hangover? Oh, Kotnik. You don't all have to shoot. There are two specialists. Excuse me. God's sake. I don't make any of these noises when I'm not recording. It's just as soon as I start recording, it's like the same with the sort of, or the coughing or the sniffing. I don't do that when I'm not recording. It just seems something about speaking constantly for half an hour makes me cough, sneeze, and cham. I can't remember where I was going before I started that little sort of hiccup tangent. Yeah, it's all square, and we have looked more likely to make things happen. But what do you mean? Tell them how well they're playing? What load of bollocks! Have you been watching them? Like, absolutely pathetic. Looking fired up. Yeah, you better be. Score some goals, please. There are two. So that was what I was saying. Was there are two specialised players at scoring the goals? You're not all specialised players at scoring the goals. So why don't you just let those two players do? It really is a mystery to me. Right. That would have been a great ball if that had gone through to him. Fitzgerald to Montignelli. See, the defenders seem to be relatively au fait with their positioning and what they're supposed to be doing, but everyone else is just literally shooting the second they get the ball. What is wrong with you all? I told you you're shit at half-time and you're still doing it. There should be an option which is just pass to Pedersen, because he's the best one of you. I'm already tempted to start making substitutions. It's only 50 minutes in. I can't do that. I need to give them a bit of time. Torres, great save. The keeper's in decent form, which is frustrating as well, because he's playing a good game and we're sort of being wayward with our finishing. He's offside, yep, of course, because he always is offside. Why, Mads? Why, Mads? Why? Okay, here we go. Meunier. I'm going to bring Nieto on in a minute because Nieto is less susceptible to wasteful finishing. He does at least sometimes score. Okay, fine. This is pissing me off now. Right, Meunier. He's playing a 7. How is he playing a 7? They're all playing well. What? This is bullshit. No. I don't know what even to do. Torres is not playing great. I'm going to take Torres off. There you go. Look, this is the dream team right now. Zitouni's in very good form. Pedersen is Pedersen and will never not be in good form except for when he's not. Here we go. Pedersen crosses, Zitouni scores. I am literally a managerial genius. Tell me I'm not. 20 that was I mean, that was very close to being a Sam Hamburger special. 21 shots, no goals. Great play, Zitouni. What a legend. Leicester are winning as well. Football Manager. Anyway, beard scratch. Classic Ben. Engblom, Montignelli. Crosses, Zitouni scores again. I am the best at Football Manager. Oh, I'm so good. And we'll give Abdallah. No, we will not do it like that. We will do it like this because Daniel is the one that's important, more important, and Mbele can sort of play central defensive mid. So we'll allow him to. Montignelli, great little ball out there. Zitouni gets in there. I don't know quite what he did. Probably a diving header. They seem to happen a lot in this game. What a player Zitouni is. I'm liking this. Yes, come on, yes. God, I'm good at Football Manager. God, go on, get a hat-trick. Get a bloody hat-trick after coming on. Fitzgerald. Interesting tactics there. You could have just shepherded the ball out. Even I know that. I wasn't very good at football. I am still not very good at football, but I know that you could have just shielded that, let it go out, we have a throw, instead of allowing them to have a really wasteful shot. But that doesn't mean at least get them to 3 shots. Well done them. They've had 3 shots, 1 on target, 1 off target. They are bad at football. They've managed to get a shot that has just disappeared. Not even been on. It's neither been on target or off target. I actually think it probably means it's blocked. Gregerson was surely offside then, no? I think that probably means that their shot was blocked by a defender. Look at that. I mean, we've had so much possession as well. We're just better than them, and it took us so long to score. Well, luckily Zitouni is an absolute legend. Loving life on the on the south coast. Southwest coast, we've had this discussion before. Loving life in Weston Super Mare, as well he should be, because he's scored 10 goals on his debut season, at least 10 goals, now 11, 12 in fact. I'm a big fan. Finally I've managed to pick up a striker who actually does score on a semi-regular basis when he plays. Montagnelli, yeah, the left back and company. Good work, a good win, boys. We got there. Jesus. How are Villa doing? They're 13. I mean, they're not a bad side. They have conceded a crap ton of goals. In fact, they've conceded the second most in the league. Oh, there's a car loudly driving past. Anyway, let's see what the next fixtures will bring us. So, will we get to see the... Yeah, nice. Okay, right. So let's look at the fixtures. It's a shame that the Champions League games haven't yet been slotted in, and obviously, if we win that game, that maybe the semi-final of the FA Cup, whenever that turns up. So I'm not sure when we'll see each other next. Probably around here. One of these. Oh no, that was a mistake. One of those 3 games will probably feature in the next video, because we'll have the FA Cup semi-final and the next round of the Champions League to play. So I'll see you when I see you. I'm not sure exactly when, but obviously it won't be very long. See you later. Bye.